What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Bitcoin today at the request of Flower Child. We're doing this one for you, so I just want to go over real quick. I want to do something real quick and talk about how my last video made it down here. I was literally saying that I think we will go to 57K, and I still do think we're going to go to 57K before we break these highs. But I also said before we hit 57K, we will probably hit 65 or 67K, and we actually went all the way up. I know I said that multiple times in that video. We went all the way up to 68.2K, so a little bit higher than I was thinking we could go. I definitely did not think that we would close that day that green. But in that video, which again is titled Bitcoin 57K price target, I said multiple times that I expected that day, and I wouldn't be surprised if this day turned green, even when we were literally at the bottom of this wick here, which you can check that video out. All that stuff checks out. I'm not making that up. I said several times that I expect the price to go to 57K. That's where we're going to bounce. But I also said several times before we go down there, I would expect that we hit 65K or 67K. Because I said that I did not expect us to just go straight down. That it'd be for lack of a better phrase, just it would be work. It'd be work for us to get down there. And it's proving to be that very bearish day, the most bearish day we've seen since the end of the bear market, actually. Go back and check. We have not had a bigger bearish day from open to closing price. We have not seen this big of a drop since the last day of the bear market, the cycle low itself. Or maybe not the cycle low itself, but like the last major drop that brought us down there, November of 2022. We had a very bullish reversal the next day. I'm going to turn the music off. I'm sorry. I forgot it was still on. Bullish reversal, and now we're not doing anything with it. When this day happened, you know, it was impressive. It kind of came out of nowhere, but I'm not impressed by it, if that makes sense. It's an impressive day, don't get me wrong. Not 9.59% on a multi-hundred billion dollar asset like Bitcoin. Very impressive in a short amount of time, but I do still believe we're going to 57K. If we look at this price action on a monthly basis, sure, we can look at it on a monthly basis. To me, it does look like we're going to pull back to this 886 zone from top to bottom here. We tried to break above the 100 level. If we go on the weekly, you can see we closed right at it. We're reaching for the 886, but we just haven't gotten there. It's very common to find support after breaking above the 886, to find support on it before going up to your extension zones. And I very much do believe, you guys, that in time, over the months to come, probably before August or even July, as crazy as it sounds, I think we're going to see 100K or higher in Bitcoin, likely higher. That's neither here nor there. You know, that's just letting you know where my mind's at. I very much do think we're going to go by the end of the cycle all the way up, up, bro, a lot, 400K plus. But for the more immediate term, I do think we're moving down to 57K. Not only is that technically it would be 58.2K for the 886. But if we look at this high to low here, we have a golden extension, the golden ratio, the 1618, right here at about 57K. Is that right? This is on the index. I like it on Coinbase because I feel like that's more accurate. Yeah, 57K. And the 1618, finding support on there after finding resistance at the 2618. Golden ratio, again, golden ratio here, it would make sense to me. Now, we could have found support on the 1886. That is possible. If we can get a week to close above this 2272, this 57K price goes out the window, you guys. I shouldn't say it goes out the window. It would start to look like it goes out the window, though. But if we can close above essentially 67K by the end of this week, 2 days, 17 hours from now, I will start to think that this tip off the 1886 looks productive enough to move higher. Because that's really how fibs work, man. You just stair step, even if you're just cutting clean through them like nobody's business. You pull back, you stair step, and then boom, you cut up to the next level. Like that's how it goes. But I'm not quite convinced yet that we're going to find support on this. Okay. Because it would make sense, in my opinion, to go lower. And it almost looks like we're wrestling the 2272 instead of finding support on it, you know, fake out break and then come up and find support. We didn't do that. We had a bullish engulfing candle, a very bullish day, and we did not get any follow through. So let's see how today closes and the rest of the week closes. I'm very much under the impression still, guys, that we're going down to 57K. So just like in my last video titled wherever it is, Bitcoin 57K, I think that that's inevitably where we're going before we hit prices in the six-figure range. I don't think that it will happen tomorrow. It could happen tomorrow. By it, I mean 57K, 58K, somewhere in that range. But it probably happens over the next week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks. It probably takes time to do, right? We are clearly not giving up the downside easily. We're fighting tooth and nail to get down there. But I think, you know, seeing a little pullback like that makes sense. In my last video, I talked a few times, addressed how, you know, I don't know, maybe top to bottom here. That's not it. Okay. Top to bottom here, move down 22%. Top to bottom here, you move down 20%. Top to bottom here, move down 21, almost 22%. And then here 21% as well. If we were to move down to about 57, 58K, that's about in that same area. So we could see that. I do hear a lot of people talking about this right now, you know, and I gave a shout out to Eric Crown and Kevin Svensson yesterday because they both mentioned this in their videos. Or I said yesterday, I'm sorry, 2 days ago, because they both mentioned them in their videos then. But there's more people than just them talking about this now. So do we actually see this is my question. Whenever a idea is on the masses' mind, it likely does not come to fruition in two ways, okay? One, it falls short. It just doesn't quite reach there. This is called front running. Whenever the expected price doesn't get hit because people are selling too much or buying too much, there's too much interest at prices before the target, that we reverse and it gets front ran. Or two, we shoot through it because everybody's putting so much focus on this level that when it breaks, it causes a panic psychologically and people panic sell. And that's what you would shoot through it really quickly. And then the institutional money, they count on stuff like this and they would scoop it up because really it's just a higher low. Really a 34% for Bitcoin in the middle of a bull market, that's historically normal. It happens. I don't think we're going to see that personally. You never know. You never know. But it could happen. It could literally drop more than that and still be fine because we've seen this before. As long as we're holding higher lows, I mean, truthfully, if we're looking at the big picture, I think as long as we're holding this trajectory, we're fine. And that would leave room to go below this low here. Imagine how many people would be freaking the hell out, man, if we broke below that low there. And if we, you know, assuming we took time, let's see. We probably wouldn't even break below that low. But if we got near this, you know, we went below 40K, imagine how many people would be freaking the hell out. And then that would be the ultimate capitulation point for us to move higher. I doubt this happens. I very, very much doubt this happens. I'm just saying it as a case in point to say that we could go a lot lower than what I'm calling for, than what anybody's calling for, other than the ultra bears. I'm sure the ultra bears are calling for lower prices than that even, but we could and we'd still be fine, is all I'm saying, as long as we're holding this structure. But I don't even think we'll do that. I do think, you know, it's taken me some time, but I'm on the boat now with what some people are saying, that this is a parabolic structure. So we probably hold that structure and we continue to move up in this parabola in the form of moving down right now to about 57K, 58K, which again, running in circles here, is like somewhere around there. And if we were to move down there by like the beginning of the second week in April, that would literally be perfect for this kind of like horribly drawn curve that I have. But I don't know, man. That's all I got. That's really all I have to say. I do think Bitcoin's moving lower, and with that I leave you. So if you liked the video, if you enjoyed it, hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more. You guys, I hit 5,000 subscribers today. It's the end of the day for me. It is literally 2 in the morning where I'm at now. I normally go to bed like 3 or 4 hours before this, but I did not make videos yesterday. I had a lot of catching up to do, and I wanted to put in the time and the quality in these videos. I didn't want to just run through them without putting any thought. So, you know, because I'm feeling a little extra motivated because I got 5,000 subscribers today. So I'm very grateful, eternally grateful. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much for for putting your interests and your faith in me. I really do appreciate it. But I hope you guys are learning that these videos are not financial advice. They're not meant for you to blindly follow without any insight as to what's happening. They're ideas. I talk about what I see. I've been doing technical analysis for 7 years, over 7 years now, and these are all my opinions. They can be wrong, and as an analyst, as a trader, as an investor, you should expect that you will be wrong. It's inevitable. No investor will live out the rest of their days investing or trading and not be wrong. It's impossible. I suppose it's not impossible, but highly improbable. You're going to be wrong. So take precautions for that. Smart investors, smart traders, the good ones, the pros, they can be wrong and make money. Figure out how to do that. How can you do that? Well, okay, let's say you bought Bitcoin down here, or you bought it up here, okay? And you're thinking, and you didn't sell. You didn't sell it at all. You bought it, whatever. You didn't sell it, but you're thinking it could do something like this, okay? You don't sell it here. You just buy more here. Because if you're wrong and the price doesn't do this and it goes up, you're wrong and you're making money, right? We are in the middle of the bull market. We are in the beginning of the bull market. The halving hasn't even happened yet. It's not worth playing these little games for a little bit extra whenever we know where Bitcoin and the rest of the market's going, okay? We are just at the beginning. If you're like me and you're putting money into this, that hopefully will change your life for the better one day. It's probably already changed some people's lives out there. I know it's changed mine, but just more and more and more as the cycles go on, as time goes on. If you're looking for that generational wealth to build, or maybe you already have it, man, but you're looking to add more to it. Maybe you only have $100 in, and you're looking to get your first $10,000 in your bank account. This is the market to do that, but you're never going to achieve that if you don't take the proper precautions. If you're playing these little games where, I'll sell here and then I'll buy here, and then there never happens. It goes here, and you're like, okay, I'll just wait for this next dip, but that next dip never happens. And then you just move higher. And now, instead of holding and catching and reaping the rewards of this because you're expecting this all along, you're left out on the sidelines, missing the market completely. Bitcoin doesn't care. It will leave without you. You can expect and do all the analysis in the world, maybe not all the analysis in the world, but I feel like I did decent analysis today to explain your case in point why you think it'll go lower. And you can and you will be wrong. So if you want to be like the pros, right? I'm not a pro, but I want to be like the pros. Make money while you're wrong. And the best way to do that is to not play these games, right? Plan to buy more, but do not sell here. Why? Again, say it with me. We are in the beginning of the bull market. The halving has not even happened yet. We have a lot of time to go. Be patient. Hold. Buy more. We're in buy the dip territory. There's a rule that I've adopted, and it goes something like this. Do not short in the bull market. If you don't know what shorting is, it's essentially the same thing as saying do not sell in a bull market. We can sell in the crab market at the top when things start to move sideways a little bit more. I don't know. But inevitably, it probably won't even move sideways. It'll probably be a blow off top, but who knows? That's a ways away, you guys. We have a long time to go. You want to see what I'm talking about? Let's do it real quick. For anybody that's still here, I know I've got the music playing, but this is the end of the show music, so we're going to keep it real quick. Let's just compare it to previous bull cycles for anybody that's still here. Anybody who heard all the talk. Hit that like button if you're still here and you haven't hit it already. You guys are awesome. November of 2012. That was the first halving. Okay, first halving, first all-time high after the halving. Took 12 months to achieve. Okay, cool. The next halving was in July of 2016. This month here. Next all-time high was 17. Is that right? Yeah, 17 bars later. Okay, so 12, 17. The next halving was in May of 2020, and our technical all-time high came in 18 bars later. 17, 18, 12. They're getting longer, if that makes any sense. But I don't know if this one will get longer, but we can base it off of that current range we have. April is the next halving we have. So the earliest we've seen is 12, which would imply that we have we have over a year as of now until the bull cycle potentially tops off at the earliest that we've ever seen it. Okay, 12. If it does 17, then that puts us in September of 2025. We have well over a year to go, right? That's like almost a year and a half. And if it's 18, that is a year and a half. And if we do continue this trend of extending the bull market by a time length period, maybe it's 19 bars. Maybe it's 20 bars. I doubt that it goes into 2026, that we haven't found our high by 2026, but it's possible. All I'm saying is, with a minimum of 12 bars to the maximum of 18 bars that we've seen before, why play the game now? We haven't even begun, guys. We are still in the beginning phases, and we're about to get a discount to buy more. So be patient. If I'm wrong and we don't get that discount, be patient, because we could just go up from here. We really could. Bitcoin's not really going to consolidate. It's not really going to take a break until we see that 100K area. This might feel like a break right now, right? Because we went from 73.7K and we went all the way down to 60.7K, right? We dropped 13K. It might feel like a break right now, but this is not a break, right? This is not a break. This was a break. We're not going to see something like this until we break 100K. That's all I'm saying. So hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more. Thank you guys very much for coming. I will see you on the next one. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.